Hello, hello, hello. I'm Alec Night Raven. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my next review. Today I'm looking at Transformers Age of the Primes, the 13 Alpha Trion. And this is a very cool figure. Really love how they did this figure and what they did with the vehicle mode, which we'll get more into after we look at the packaging, as we always do. Our typical Age of the Primes packaging. Some great artwork of Alpha Trion writing in his why am I forgetting what it's called? His Book of Primus. Um oh I don't know why I can't remember what it's called now for some reason. Covenant. His Covenant of Primus with his quill. So that's his artifact. There is his vehicle mode. Age of the Primes, Alpha Trion. On this side, up close of that, Alpha Trion, Age of the Primes. On this side, here we can see Prima, Vector, and Alpha Trion. Till alla one. Go. He has a Voyager. On this, on the top, 13 Alpha Trion. On the bottom, barcode, bunch of words and stuff. On the back, we have our product shots. Does all of these different things. Vehicle mode, his artifact, and our warning, small parts, please be careful. Yeah. There we go. Here we have another of the 13. And I'm just one more away from the ones that we are able to get this year. So the next ones will be available at the beginning next year. But here is his vehicle mode. And it's a pretty cool vehicle mode. It's sort of like a way of looking somewhat like the vehicle mode of Scourge in a way. And I like that because we got that A Hero is Born with the older Alpha Trion, and that's what he transformed into. So, very cool. Love all the purple, a little bit of pink, some red here, some of this sort of a lighter purple or shiny purple, some silver here. Kind of see, you can see his head, the top of his head sticking out right there. If you really look, you can see his eyes. He's looking at you. So, I mean, depends on how you want to have that angle. Yeah, very cool. At the bottom, you can see here's where his quill stores. Here's where the Covenant of Primus stores. So you got his Autobot symbol right there. He is the only Prime to come with an Autobot symbol, which is understandable because it is also the what A3 used in that season 3 episode to stop the Guardians. I'm forgetting what it's called now. I'm sure someone will. It'll either come to me later or someone will let me know in the comments, which is fine. I don't know why I'm forgetting what that's called. Still, very cool. You can open this up, and you might be able to fit. I don't know. Nothing really fits in there very well from what I found, but still, it's cool that that opens. Yeah, not bad at all. For comparison, here we have Studio Series Jazz, and the only other comparison I'm doing, didn't feel like transforming all of my primes, but we will show them off in robot mode. But here he is with the other Alpha Trion, one that came in the A Hero is Born set from a couple of years ago. Yeah, you can kind of see the similarities in the shape of the modes. So very cool on that. I do like the fact that they did that. It keeps a bit of consistency. But yeah, so we'll take a look now at his accessories. We'll pull out the quill. There is the quill. Really love that design. Looks very nice. What's supposed to be the pen tip. And of course, yeah, to store this under here, there is a slot and a tab right there. So this will fit underneath there. You can do any either way. It's really up to you. I just like doing it with the post inside. But yeah, here we have the Covenant. It's got 4 pages. So open up this first one. Well, actually, open up this first one. Here, there's the image of Cybertron. And I love this. So this is from, if you remember, season 3 of Beast Wars. Both Optimus Primal and Megatron had copies of the Covenant of Primus, and those copies showed tape deck with all the different buttons. So I love the fact they incorporated that into this to kind of give it a little bit of consistency. So very cool. I really like that. Open up the next set of pages, and here we've got some Cybertronian, which I think someone said that says till all are one. I could be wrong. Then we've got Alpha Trion's insignia right there. And then the final page is just nothing. So, yeah, just closes up. And there we have the Covenant of Primus. So, very cool on that. So, that's pretty much it for vehicle mode. Now we'll get into transforming him. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to untab. These just, there's a slot here and a tab there. Sort of bring them in this. Actually, no, let's leave them open for a moment. We're going to need the space. Untab and sort of leave it like this. Now, what we'll do, open this up, untab the arm, and it's a tab right here, the slot right there that tabs in, and you want to make sure this lines up with right here. So untab the arm on both sides. Now what we want to do, bring this up, actually untab this, bring this up, bring this up. So we want to bring it all around. And there we go. So like that, if I remember correctly. That up. Now what we're going to do is rotate all this around, bring this down a little bit. Rotate it at the waist. Bring this all in now. Leave that like that. So this is all, you want to bring this through here. Then we can close this back up. Make sure it tabs in when you close it back up. Come on, go in. There we go. And this is going to tab into that. This will come down, tab there. Maybe I don't have this bit. Hold on. That falls out. Yeah, that falls out pretty easily on mine, I noticed. So I may have something wrong. Oh, it should be. It should be like that. No, maybe it goes. Okay, I had it wrong. I think it goes like this because it's sort of got this angle on it, and that's. There. There we go. All right, now untab the legs from each other. I want to bring this down, rotate. This down, rotate. Bring the toe around. Get in here and bring the heel out. Go. Rotate the arms out, bring the head out. Rotate. Come on. Rotate the hands out. Move these however you want them. Take the hands out. And then, of course, go to remote. That's what that's called. Go to remote. So, and then there we have Alpha Trion. There's robot mode, and he looks good. I love how it's the sort of in between version. So we saw A3, who had black mustache. The horns weren't as long or as big. It was a slightly different shape. You know, the around his eyes was black, and then this form was what we saw when the aerial bots went back to the past and brought Orion Pax to him to be repaired, and he um, turned him into Optimus Prime. So very cool. I love that throwback, and it just works. Like it just works. It works as like an A3 and Alpha Trion. I love it. So take a quick look at that head. There is that mustachioed head. Of course, his nose is white. Still very cool. Silver face. Maybe it's just the light that's causing that to look. Yeah, it's the light. Hold on. There we go. Silver nose. Silver nose. It's just the way the light was hitting. All that white, the purple, the red on the back of the head, like it's all right there. All the purples and the maroon, red, burgundy, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of blue right there, purple, silver on the feet. Yeah, very cool. Um, Articulation, the head can rotate, can look up because of transformation, you can look down quite a bit. No wiggle. Arms come out that far. Full rotation, bicep swivel, over 90 for an elbow. Unfortunately, nothing at the wrist, and I wish they would have done that something to have this part of the hand separate, like a mushroom peg on this part, so we could have had a wrist. And I'll show you why I think it's needed in just a little bit. You do get fingers that open, so he's got opening fingies. We've got waist rotation. Of course, you got to move this up and this up for the waist. So there is that. Bring this up, leg kicks forward that far. Bring this back up again. Should have just left it up to begin with. Bring this up. Can kick back that far. You can go further. Slightly over the Van Dam. Thigh rotation. Just a touch over 90 for the knee. The foot can come down a bit. You can move the heel. There's a transformation, and we got that much ankle pivot. I love it's got that little bit right there. So you can have some really decent looks with the articulation. So I do like that. And yeah, very cool on that. Like, I really like this version of Alpha Trion. Now, Ken, take out the Coda remote, open up his hands, sort of get it in there in a way. He's holding it, kind of. uh, there's a way of doing it. I mean, you can see it like on their picture that they put on the back of the box. Like, you can get it to do it. I'm just not sure how or what I'm doing wrong here. But so holding the Coda remote, and of course Ken store in here. Mine's a little loose in here though. Oh, now it's holding a little bit better. But yeah. Then the other thing we can do is can open these up. Take this peg. Oh, before I do that, you can pull this off, transform it around, move the peg, plug it into here. He's got a shield. I'm not big on that. I like it like this because it really adds to like his sort of cape look. So that's how I like to have him stored. But you got options. Options, are always good to have. But take this post, plug it into the hand. Get it aimed here. Take the quill, plug it into this hand. See, this is where what I mean about needing wrist articulation, because you could get into so many better positions for him looking like he's writing in the Covenant. So maybe DNA Designs will come up with something. I really hope they do, because I think that would just be like an incredible upgrade to give us more articulated hands. I know there's got to be a way. Like, I don't mind if, whatever we've got to do, like, because it would just look so much better. So yeah, very cool. All right, in comparison, here he is with the other Alpha Trion, and they're like the same size. Absolutely love that. So very cool. Looks great together. Of course, younger version with his older version. And now, of course, with what I currently have of 13 primes. Oh, big old boy back there. Megatronus. Solus. Put him right there. Prima. Alchemist. And finally, Micronus. So you can see what they all look like together. And you are a big boy. Very big boy. Still. Looking good. Absolutely loving it. man, you can see how I kind of have them displayed on my shelves, although Megatronus, I'm going to adjust him a little bit. Not sure what I'm going to do with him, but yeah, kind of see how I've got them displayed. So let's get them out of the way. Of course, with my Cronus, got to have him looking like he's coming out of his Apex armor. Just makes sense to me that way. Plus, you can see who he is. All right, come here, you. Now for the big guy. So yeah, so there is the next in our 13 primes, Alpha Trion, and he looks good. I like it. Like, I love the fact that he's got the Coda remote. He's got the Covenant. He's got the Quill. You can make it look like he's writing in it. Although, like I said, it would have been really nice to have wrist articulation to make it that much easier to give him a better look on writing into the Covenant. Um, yeah. Just, otherwise, great figure. That's my only downside to it is there's no wrist articulation. I think they could have done something like that. Like, I mean, all it would have had to need was a mushroom peg right there on both, and that would have just made it so much better. Like, in my personal opinion, and I know a few other YouTube reviewers feel that way too. But yeah, still very cool. It's that in between of A3 and older Alpha Trion that we know from G1. So, really, really love that. And yeah, next one upcoming is Onyx. I do have Onyx, and I'll look at him next time. Um, but that's going to be it for me. I did find him at my local GameStop. I have seen him at a Walmart and a Target. So check your stores. Check your normal locations. They might have them. Unless you've already gotten them, then awesome. Congratulations. If it's not for you, then hey, who you have set up for your 13 primes is awesome. That's, as I've always said, what makes collecting Transformers great is there's so many options over all the years to choose from, and it makes it more personalized for us as collectors. So, yeah. So that's going to be it for me. As always, I want to say thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow my Patreon. I'll see you all later.